Good morning. Don't be fooled by the sunshine. It's 3 degrees. Today, I'm going to do some work on that car. It actually snowed this morning. That is my V70 Cross Country. It needs the headlights replacing and the tyres replacing. And I've got headlights here and I've got tyres here. So, Operation Get an MOT on my new car, what I bought when I wasn't here and it got delivered and I don't know if the car's any good, can commence right now. Let's go and get an MOT on this car. Okay, we have the car open. The battery's completely dead, but that's okay for the minute. Let's have a look inside the car now that it's open. So the wheels are actually in okay condition, but that tyre is, well, that's, done for. The front tyre here has obviously got a puncture, even though it's got, does have a little bit of tread, but it's got a piece coming out there. Around the other side, engine looks clean enough. This tyre, there's not a lot of tread on that either. And obviously that looks like it's a bit low. And then at the back here, that's a Michelin. That's the only tyre that is any good, but it is a 6-year-old tyre. So I have no issue with sorting all of this out and putting a new set of wheels and tyres on it. Right, it's missing the proper cross-country mats. They've gone AWOL, but obviously I've got a set in my other car. Door card is blown out and switch is missing. Got these in my other car. The seats, I think I'll swap for my other car. It's got the wood pack. It's got the Dolby Pro Logic Surround. This sound system is fantastic with a CD changer. Wood pack, sunroof, and it's generally pretty clean. 155,515 miles only. Low mileage for a Geoff car. Oh, the central locking hasn't unlocked because the battery's so flat. Let's see if there's some history. Crouching a bit low here, but we've got a pile of paperwork. MOT from 2016, 2015. What we got there? Labour. Brake pads in 2017. That probably explains why it needs brake pads right now. Stacks of other stuff. What we got? New catalytic converter fitted 2017. Gasket seal. Replaced turbo pipe seals 2017. So 400 quid spent in 2017. Water pipe. Labour to remove prop shaft 25th of January 2017. More MOTs. Lots of MOTs. Right, what's that? That is some oil. Quick fit. Aircon recharge 2013. So it's got plenty of history. Right, here's a big one. 2011. £425 bill for an MOT. Brake pads, rear handbrake shoes, copper slip, brake cleaner, oil, refrigerant and engine flush. So that's just in the stuff that's in the paperwork. So that's all good. Yeah, quite a lot there. I'll have a proper look through that later on, but it's good to see that we've got, that's just that. Have we got a service book? That is the big question. No, that's a manual. Sometimes they put the service book in the back, but not in this case. That's the dealer network book, and that's not the service history. So we don't have, I was hoping for a fully stamped service history, but we're shit out of luck there. So we've got a few bits and bobs. Anything in the glove box? Not really. Oh, look at that though. That is the original box for the Volvo CD cartridge. I'm amazed that hasn't gone missing. That's quite interesting. Cool, so we got that. Right, so let's just crack on with the job in hand, shall we? And try and make this a nice car, because it is a nice car. I like it. Sunroof. Sunroof is a deal breaker on a Geoff Buys Cars car. I have to have a sunroof. The cup holders aren't broken, that's a good sign. Right, replace the headlights, replace the wheels, go back home, cup of tea. That's the plan. You've seen me do this before, haven't you? So I don't really need to film this. It's quite easy. Basically, 10mm sockets. This just pops out. I've got a brand new one of these, and I've got the headlights that have come off one of my spare Volvo V70s. So I'll just crack on, and you maybe enjoy a time lapse and some music. There you go, out of the old. Right, I didn't film much of that. Well, didn't film any of it. The headlights are now done. I've got both wheels done on this side. The brakes are pretty rusty and there's a lot of surface rust, but looks okay. Rear springs and shocks are questionable, and it's niver mats as well, which means it's got an expensive rear end. But the big problem area, let me show you the cam belt. Look at that. So, now I'm hoping that's just the aux belt, but you can tell me in the comments. Either way, that looks to me like that belt 100% needs replacing. And then from a coolant point of view, it is black with grime in here. So it wants a full-on coolant flush. I've got a new coolant bottle actually somewhere, so that'll be the next thing. But this car isn't going anywhere until it's had that belt replaced. Cam belt change doesn't actually say. I've got no evidence of it. Brake fluid 2016. Can't see anything about the cam belt. There's no sticker on there that's dated, so that's going to be next. Luke, how much is a cam belt and a 2.5 litre Volvo turbo? Right, let me get this side done. I'll get these tyres on and then I'm going to get out of here. Yeah, okay, cool. Headlights are done, and that's something. All done. Right, 4 new wheels, 4 new tyres, 2 new headlights, 2 new side lights. Cool. MOT time. Now there's a few other bits that this car probably needs for an MOT, but I've gone for Dunlops actually. I don't know why I keep buying Dunlops, because they look quite fat. It's quite a soft compound tyre, but they're good for summer and they're really good for economy. I've run them on BMWs before, but they do tend to look a little bit flat when they're not. So you'd be a bit paranoid. You're constantly checking your tyre pressures even though your tyres are fine. So that is it. That's it for the XC for the moment. Next job's going to be an MOT. And then, I don't know, road trip. I like this car, but it needs to be ready. Cool. Wheels and tyres, done. Let's go home. Went in and had a chat about the cam belt with a garage that was very local. Basically a cam belt's 500 quid, isn't it? So, add that to the bill. I'd rather get Luke to do it, but the belt that I could see that's all chafed is the alternator belt, so that's okay. But if the alternator belt looks like that, I mean, we'd have to pop the covers off and stuff to have a proper look at the cam belt. But I can't imagine the cam belt is going to be much cop, and I'm going to go through the service history tonight and just see if I can find anything about the cam belt. There's nothing recent in there though, so I'm going to need to do a cam belt. It just gets more and more expensive, doesn't it? I've just put 400 quid's worth of wheel and tyre on it. Wheel and tyre. The cam belt's going to be another £500, so I'm going to end up in that car for 2,000 quid. That's a lot of money for Geoff. £2,000 for a car is no money, but in my head it is. But I think if I can get it all in and done, let's chuck another 500 on there just to be safe, right? Let's say we're all in and done at 2.5 grand. What we've got is a really rare, really nice, future-proofed Volvo. Future-proofed in that it's got a set of tyres on it, it's had a cam belt, it will have had a service, it will have had a radiator flush, all the filters, everything, for 2,500 quid all in. That'll be a nice car for that amount of money. So I will persevere and we'll get it done. Here, Geoff, what about the brown one you've got? I prefer the specification of the green one, so we're gonna get the green one done. Right, now back home, quick cup of tea, and then I'm playing camper vans. You haven't seen my camper van yet, but you will very soon. I think there's going to be a full build series with Funky Phil. Funky Phil's going to be involved. So this is an exciting new direction for the YouTube channel. Geoff buys cars and family, buy a camper van, completely modify the interior, and then leave. Cool. So all of that is coming up next. If you'd like to buy a brown Volvo XC70 with no MOT, a brown Volvo V70 that possibly needs some work to the engine, or a Proton Coupe, do please get in touch. Or a Mini Cooper S. Yeah, that's the lot. And then I can go. Whee! I'm driving around in my diesel Volvo, by the way. I don't think I told you about that. This is the green one, my 850 TDI. And it does 42 miles to the gallon everywhere you drive it, which is really nice. So I've been running around in this since I got home. And this one's sold as well, because I've got another one of these that I need to put back on the road. Hopefully all of that made sense. My red Volvo 850 TDI, that needs an MOT as well. So if I'm rambling, I'm aware that I've got quite a long to-do list of car stuff to get my ducks in a row so that we can leave in the camper van. Basically where I would like to be is red 850 TDI on the road with an MOT, green Volvo XC on the road with an MOT, and everything else sold. That's where I want to be. I don't mind keeping the Proton. The Coupe can hang around. All right, there we go. Red Volvo, green Volvo, Proton Coupe. And if you've seen any cars on the channel that are not any of those three, get in touch, you can buy them. Cool. Made a plan whilst chatting to my camera. Right, motorhome time.